Miracle Terrorblade, but New Esports, they've got some heroes that are pretty good against the TV, right?
Yeah, they've got the Doom as well as that ZEUS and the Void. All three heroes quite good versus Terrorblade. Mars also not too shabby versus the Terrorblade. You can, you know, soak up a lot of the damage, and also you're just like, you know, you catch him, you have a good long stun versus him. Yeah, I'm just looking mostly at change logs because I think that's what probably both teams are doing. You know, teams still, sure, we're in like playoffs and stuff like that, but teams definitely looking to experiment since we just had this patch change.
Yeah, I mean, any hero in particular excited to see how it works?
I've Rubik, 100%. That's the biggest one that I've been waiting for. The changes look insane for him. Yeah, that's kind of the biggest one. The rest of them have gotten like these little tweaks and stuff like that, but Rubik looks like he got some insane potential.
Well, let's see how well it plays out and how strong the hero is as we get ourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 at T1 versus New Esports.
Prepare for battle.
I admit nothing but my sadness that you're gone. Friends, let us skirmish. Friends, let us skirmish.
So let's get ourselves in and see how this one plays out. A lot of things to look out for.
Yeah.
And as you say, we're going to see how sort of new changes with Rubik come into play. So, you know, do you want to sort of give the lowdown for the viewers, you know, some of those out there that may not have had the chance to read it? Because some of the changes to Rubik are pretty significant.
Yeah, so he's stronger level 1. His mana cost on Fade Bolt is better. It does 100 damage instead of 80 now, which is actually amazing to secure range teams. And it's a base damage reduction. It's no longer like a 12 damage reduction or 18 or anything inside the laning phase. It's a set base damage, which means as the game progresses, it just gets insanely more potent. And then he has one that steals the hero damage at 15. So, I mean, he's going to be playing support. But I'm curious to see if teams come up with some crazy stuff, like some mid-Rubik with treads, multi-hero Fade Bolts. If you're playing like versus Meepo, you get like a 3-man, I don't know, like just potential. I don't know. There's some crazy stuff that could happen with the Rubik. He has some great spells he can steal this game too. And I don't think T1 went out of the box picking it because they picked a very traditional lane partner. Rubik plus Centaur is pretty much picked a lot of the games, right? It's just a super efficient lane. So I definitely like the lanes that T1 does have with that. Mosin.
I'm going to go for this a little bit. Obviously, you know, Yokam not wanting to go for the telekinesis at all, so probably won't get either of the kills here, but just doing some damage.
Yep. And then, yeah. So, yeah, so like I was saying, worse in the lane for that Fadeable, but it'll progressively get quite a lot stronger. And we see, I like the lane setups right now for T1. I think they've got themselves in some pretty ideal matchups. The Veno versus Mars mid should make DDZ's life a bit annoying. They're both probably going to farm, but still pretty obnoxious. As top, it's an Ogre plus a Terrorblade versus a ZEUS Doom. I don't see ZEUS and Doom pressuring this much at all.
Sure, yeah, you wouldn't consider the burst of the ZEUS early on to really be too much of an issue for Miracle in the lane? Nah, just the numbers aren't high enough, and he's just going to keep running out of mana.
You don't get surprised. You know, like, it's not like, oh, you know, this humongous damage came out of nowhere. It's very telltale you're going to get hit by the nukes from ZEUS, and Doom doesn't contribute the craziest amount in the lane. Yamateh just securing range creeps the best that he can. I'm wondering why, the weird thing for me for ZEUS is I feel like he actually just got nerfed. I feel like the patch actually just made him worse, and I don't think this hero was popular at all. He got nerfed on his ulti.
Whoa, yeah, that's right.
He got nerfed on his lightning bolt.
That's a because before, yeah, the 90 lightning bolt cost made it really nice for. Like you would never, you'd never take that level 1 now. That's super expensive. 125 mana for level 1.
No, I think the hero actually, I think it really hurt the hero, to be honest. The ulti changes 2-minute cooldown instead of 90 now. It's pretty terrible in my opinion. I actually feel like this hero got hit with a huge nerf for no reason. I don't really understand that one in the patch notes.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I mean, I guess maybe they sort of, you know, it has been a very good hero in the past against Terrorblade. And sure, it still has its strengths, but maybe they sort of picked it without reading the patch notes. They're kind of like, hey guys, did we actually read the notes on this? Oh no, this hero got nerfed. Well, we'll see what Yamateh can do.
Like, ZEUS wasn't popular. It really confuses me when I read the notes and I saw that. I thought it was the opposite. I thought it was 125 to 90 the change, and then I was just like, wait, what? Okay. So yeah, good matchup still versus that Terrorblade like we're mentioning, but he definitely has gotten impacted quite a bit. So we'll take a look at these other lanes. DDZ's actually doing really well mid. I think we've seen Mars do well in a lot of those matchups anyway.
Yeah, I think DDZ's just been he's a super solid laner. Like, I feel like most of the matchups he plays, he always comes out on top in the 1v1 mids. Yeah, on these side lanes, but down bottom will be Forev and Jocam. CS for Forev, 15 for 6 against the 9 for 3 of Lance. So definitely starting to feel a bit of the heat that this Void's getting down bottom. As they're going to try onto Mozen here. The telekinesis back into the Who Stomp. And that should do it. That will be the first blood going away at T1. As you said, this combo is very, very strong. And this is why the chain stun and the burst damage between these two is a lot of damage. Oh, I think we've lost you, Fogged. Hopefully Fogg's going to be able to sort out tonight. Top lane, Miracle coming in with the Metamorphosis. They're going to try for Candy. Polyson's also got the Fire Blast as well. This will be a kill on the Doom. Already T1 starting to pick up kills in their side lanes. Both lanes being able to find something. See in the mid lane, that is at the moment still being led by DDZ in CS. So DDZ, once he hits that 6, they're going to have to look to make some big moves with him, getting enabled, because their side lanes are going to need it. Already starting to feel the struggles against the favourable setups that T1 have, both bottom and top.
It's a Venomancer enhancer.
Okay, thanks. Sorry about that.
That's all right, no problem. Oh yeah, just see the side lanes have been pretty strong so far. They've got a kill down bottom, and they also got a kill up top. I'm going to see Yamateh. He's going for the TP out, but Polison's going to be able to cancel that. Fire Blast is available now. Yamateh, he's out of lane, and he's out of lane without the ability to return to it with a TP. So a very painful death there for the ZEUS.
Yeah, super nice lane setup. So good mentioning for T1. Everything looking to get better for them, even top. Look at this, even without the meta, they might actually be able to get Candy here. Some body blocks coming up from Miracle.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good attempt. Very solid attempt there. Still, it's going to force Candy to back right off. So make sure that Polison's able to get the bounty rune in the river.
Yep.
And
Three bounty runes.
T1. Yeah.
Real solid start. And triple Wraith Band and some more regen now for Miracle too. I mean, top lane is a absolute free farm for Miracle, plus some more, as he did get that one kill. And that's kind of what we mentioned, right? Like, Doom, you can't pressure. You can't help put any pressure. ZEUS doesn't pressure at all either. So, pretty weak lane for new Esports up top, bottom. Lance, Lance is still farming, but like you said, there's still kill threat. There's still kill threat at all times if they find somebody too far up.
They're able to get the grab again. Telekinesis into the stomp. With the Fade Bolt. One more right click for Yokam. It's enough. Another kill. There's Yokam and Forev. Take a second one. Both side lanes now getting 2 kills apiece for T1.
We didn't talk about the change for Centaur either, is where, sure, Centaur got like a retaliate nerf and change, but Double Edge is a 4-second cooldown now, so we see the skill build already being altered. Just going for constant kills, so 2-2 build. That's a ton of burst damage that really does come out for the two of them there.
Yeah, and something that, as a Void, you're going to feel pretty helpless against because of the long cooldown of Time Walk early on in the game. Yeah,
and when you actually level up your Hoof Stomp, the more levels of it actually prevents Time Walk from actually healing the damage if you do have, like, let's say, the third point of Hoof Stomp in particular. Top, Miracle, he's got meta. He's dropping pretty low, though.
They are fighting Candy. Candy's trying to run down Miracle. The Fire Blast holds him back. Candy's still trying to go for this kill, and for the backup of the 3 of them, they do manage to take him down, see if they can stay on top of Miracle, but just out of range of a potential bolt from Yamateh, so Miracle will survive. Use the rest of medicine to do with the jungle, so efficient egg hits stack. Yamateh, not enough mana to come over and try and annoy him whilst he farms. But it's good set up for you to put some pressure up top.
Good rotation there from Mozen. The 3 heroes up top with that Siege Creep. Siege Creep will get a decent amount of damage. Yamateh, like we said, he de-warded that 1 ward and then placed down his own aggressive ward. And he's going to have Arcane Boots finished up. So, all things considered, not too bad of a top lane with a ZEUS Doom versus an Ogre and a TB. They're coming out at a, not even, but decent. Mid, we saw that believe what Mars ult was used earlier. I don't think we got the feed on the screen.
Did attempt for a kill on In Your Dream. Brought him pretty
Okay.
low. Didn't quite have the damage on his own there, DDZ, to find that kill.
Radiant's bottom
What else
tower
got changed
is
on
under
Mars?
attack.
Was it just the arena?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And some talents, I think it was, right? God, there's so many
Yeah, I'm not
changes.
so sure. Yeah, maybe
Intelligence increased by 3. That's the other thing. So
Okay.
much bigger mana pool.
Top lane Policy. The three of them have remained upper on Esports, and they're going to be able to get themselves another kill. Just staying upper is the tri lane now, and it's proving to be very strong as T1 are yet to return to this top lane, just not feeling that they have anyone that can sort of be sent to sort of face off against this 3-hero tri lane.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Giving Candy quite a lot of space to just take over that top net worth with DDZ. It's gonna salve up, and yeah, they're gonna take the tower here. That's a very early tier 1, which I thought maybe T1 was gonna put a little bit more fight back into it, especially with Veno in their team. Like Veno can just park up there with Plague Wards and then keep the Rubik mid, but I guess they just accept that was gonna go down. Veno being, of course, like the king of tower holding, and he's also got buffed. Plague Wards are even stronger early now.
And Miracle came over and cleared this camp off. He did have to be careful. I mean, Lance was heading over. A Chrono into sort of the arena ult, and maybe even a TP coming in the T1. Would have been very scary. But Miracle gets away with it. He is able to clear the camp. Now back on the safety of his own half of the map. And a lot of wards down here from T1 to make sure this area is sufficiently controlled so that Miracle can farm. Whilst it being very hard for New Esports to actually invade this area.
I wonder if Miracle actually differs his build at all this game, because I'm looking at the heroes on the side of New, and they did prioritize addressing Miracle, right? With the way that they drafted the Doom, the ZEUS, the Mars, like all these heroes, they're pretty good versus TB. So I wonder if he's gonna go for some type of different build to protect himself, since they will collapse on him most of the time.
What are you sort of thinking, like an early herd, or?
I was thinking even like some weird throwing a blink dagger in there at some point, because he's playing versus these things that are kind of telltale that he can jump out of and catch. But I know Miracle, the other Miracle was the one that actually did that versus drafts like this in the past, where he'd go for that blink on his third item.
Oh, and the River Lance. It's going to drop the Chrono here for Yokam. The Doom's down onto 4F. See if they can finish this one off. They've got the three of them ready to dive this time. In fact, Mosin also coming over. If he can live long enough, though, get the chance to put the Stampede, but they've got the burst. The Lightning Bolt comes out. They'll be able to claim themselves a second. Paulson goes to the Fire Blast onto Yamateh. In Your Dream also TPing over. But the stuns are out. He's getting chain stunned. Chain bashed. In Your Dream just TPs in and ends up dying. As Lance, he's cleaned it up. They'll turn with a Fire Blast. The swap to the side, keeping Lance safe. Mosin is under the tower, but he's able to turn with a magic missile. Set up for another kill for Lance. So a lot of carnage down there, 3 for 3. At the end of it, although Lance staying alive, so he's going to be happy that he gets involved in as many kills as he did.
Yeah, In Your Dream TPs and just kind of gives his life away, though. TPs into the front line, kind of expecting that they can turn it, but he's still a Veno with... I mean, he's very fragile. Sure, you have a 17 armor, but
yeah, I mean,
he's not a lot of like HP pool. Like he just gets hit down by all the spells, and he's pretty much dead already.
Yeah, and maybe if he did have like a point in Poison Nova, you know, that would have been alright. You know, getting it onto the 4 heroes, and
yeah,
and like you sort of tick someone out. But obviously with this build as the mid Beno, he doesn't have any points in the ultimate, so that's sort of, you know, sort of team fight presence. Even so, they knew really on New Esports, they're like, well, this guy's probably not going to have ult skills, so we don't actually need to run. We can just fight and kill him.
He died a lot faster than I think he expected, because he died way faster than I had expected. Because I was like, oh, 17 armor, Veno porting in. Oh man, this is. But then I look and he's 900 HP. DDZ on high ground. Spots him out.
It's the second time. There's going to be the Stampede for In Your Dream. As he attempts to step to the side, he's going to have the backup of Paulson and Forever. They step in with a hoof stomp onto DDZ, and this time it's going to be DDZ making the blunder as the mid, as he will go down for his attempt. The swap to the side, they do set up onto Yokam. New Esports, could they go for anything more? They're going to have another swap charge in a second. Mosin tries to step in, but he steps far too close to the fire as Paulson and 4F turn and blow him up. Miracle's also in the river. Sentry ward popped down, but Candy's out of range.
Yamateh TPing toward mid. Candy's still invisible. Considering if they can find an opportunity.
He's got the ult in 5 seconds.
Oh, In Your Dream. He opts to go the proper way rather than going the very dangerous way.
He could Doom this.
He still could get gone on.
Yeah, Doom's dropped down. Candy just goes straight for it. Very nicely done there, holding on to that invis granted upon him and working perfectly with the cooldown of the Doom, ready to drop it in from the shadows, and In Your Dream did not expect that one bit.
These three cores already leading that net worth with Miracle's Terrorblade, and already again.
They just get too close. One swap and a quick kill. I mean, they just have so many killers on new Esports lineup. Any sort of swap in, and any of the lineup from T1, they just get blown up immediately.
And I mean, they're not even going to need swap now at some point. DDZ, they're giving him the mid lane after that tower. There's a Blink Dagger now finished on Mars. So In Your Dream already been proven to be quite fragile. Now he can just get speared into the enemy team over and over again, or speared into a bad position. This is a Venomancer that's looking very fragile in these next upcoming moments.
Yeah, In Your Dream's game has already been slowed down drastically. He's obviously getting the vessel. It's going to be great when he has it, but you know, his farm is never going to speed up. This is going to be a very slow game for the Veno, which can obviously work. They are riding on Miracle's Terrorblade. This is a 4 protect 1 hero. You know, as long as Miracle has a good game, he can carry.
Yeah, I'm surprised he went for Tranquil Boots on the Veno, though. I feel like he has to be the aura carrier. Like, now they won't have a great person to carry Greaves and Pipe, but we'll see in a second as they are making a move onto Candy.
They have a catch it. Actually going to set up with the Sunder to get that first bit of burst of damage. Miracle swaps for the full HP.
Lance might have a jump here.
He's going to have the Chrono on the three of them. Do they have the damage follow-up? That's the question, though. DDZ comes in for the side. He's got the Arena follow-up. Caught Miracle, but Miracle standing his ground, turning with the Metamorphosis Lance, able to get the time walk in time for the Who's from 4F connect, but they still catch DDZ.
Let us skirmish.
As committing with the Chrono and the Arena does not work out for them there. Moza goes for the TP out. They've got nothing to catch him. Telekinesis still on cooldown for a few seconds, so he'll get away. It was a flashy looking Chrono onto the three of them, but didn't quite have the burst follow-up to do anything about, you know, sort of capitalizing on the fact that they did catch 3 heroes.
Yeah, Miracle just was able to walk out of it, and then DDZ, he gets his ulti onto Miracle, but misses the spear. Doesn't connect the spear onto the TB, gets focus fired by pretty much everyone, and they weren't actually able to commit as much damage into that Chrono as I think they expected. But yeah, a whiff spear is always something I'm watching out for, because that's going to change the tide of the fights a lot there, as Miracle able to just focus fire freely.
Yeah, it meant that Lance couldn't commit, because he obviously pops the Mask of Madness. You know, he has to be very careful. If the TB is not disabled and is able to turn and hit him, the Void can just, you know, he has to get out of the reach of Miracle. He cannot stand there while Miracle beats into him.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, I'm glad you actually mentioned, I almost forgot about this. Lance has to click time dilation before Mask of Madness there from now on. He's going to get his Chrono stolen by Rubik in the next situations if he doesn't. Cannot time walk and then Mask. Have to time walk, then dilation, then Mask.
I see the Thunder God's Wrath here. Used to try and scout a target. It's going to find them on this bottom lane, but Yokam. Oh, okay, that was nice. Probably still dead here, though. And does end up actually getting pinned to the outside of the arena wall. But nice little dance around there with the time walk. Doesn't save him, though, as the Rubik goes down. Still, though, it is just the support. T1 able to avoid the rest of that smoke gank.
Yeah, Miracle gets away. The Thunder God's Wrath kind of telltale that they were looking to set up for something with some information. And I think Rubik also spent his gold there before dying, so Aether Lens was finished, so not a huge loss for them. New, still looking to get aggressive as they still have a swap available. Mosin on the low ground.
He's going in here. Miracle's in the neighborhood. He's got Metamorphosis in 5 seconds. Already Miracle's he's thinking about maybe getting in from the back side of this as he's charging forward. New's got to run. They've already lost Mosin. If Paulson gets a reach on this, he's going to be able to start the slow with the Ignite. T1, do they want to keep chasing? It's a little hard now over on New Esports off the map. I mean, if they get the Plague Ward hit onto DDZ as well. DDZ's been slowed down. Forev's able to find the jump in with the Blink Dagger Lance. He's going to commit with the Chrono only onto In Your Dream on the back of it all. DDZ stays alive with the stick charges. Lance does manage to get the kill, but Miracle's able to get the return kill. The Metamorphosis tears the Void apart. Again, this is a few fights now where New Esports, they're using their ults, they're using these Chronospheres, but they're not winning the fights.
No, they got baited in, and I think actually, I want to say Jokem with that stolen time dilation prevented Time Walk from coming back up. I'm actually pretty sure of that one there. The Mask of Madness had ended, and then he gets focus fired. Candy also now. getting gone on, but he's pretty tanky and kind of far from the rest of his team.
Mollison is here. Handy is going to go for the Doom on
Doom.
4F, but 4F's very, very tanky. And as you say, the Doom has become the Doom. As he goes down, and they're going to be able to keep 4F more than safe. There's not nearly any sort of damage that's around to finish 4F off, so Doom having things turn against himself. Paulison will get sniped there by the burst of Yamateh. There's an opportunity to juke down the Ogre, but again, it's the supports of T1 that are dying whilst their cores are staying pretty strong this game. Miracle, he's 6-0 and 0, and he has now got the full Manta done by the looks of it on top of the Dragon line. So already some very, very quick timings here on this Terrorblade, already hitting the 10k net worth at 18 minutes in.
Yeah, they're having some good fights, especially around 4F to get all that enabled. And then, of course, Miracle, like you said, getting enabled too. The one thing I am looking at, though, from New is they are getting a lot on Yamateh. He's having a pretty good game, and I feel like he's extremely important. He's the one that commits all the damage inside the Chronosphere, and he's the one who is that counter matchup for the Terrorblade. He's halfway towards an Aghanims with an Aether Lens already. Pretty damn good.
Yeah, with that, yeah, once that is complete, that will give them a sort of solid shot of blowing up who's ever in the Chronosphere. Just a little bit quicker, like we saw there. You know, they get the Veno, they get in your dream. It still just takes a little too long to kill him. Too many resources having to be focused on the Veno, whilst there's space for the rest of T1 to strike back.
Yeah, I feel like Yamateh is the most important one for me though, to get the farm on the team, because he's the one, like we said, he's the counter to that Terrorblade. The rest of his team is definitely still important, like Candy in particular getting that BKB to be the front line, but yeah, I feel like DDZ's items aren't incredibly important in this game. It's going to be a lot more of that ZEUS to provide the damage while DDZ tanks for Lance to get the setup. So yeah, definitely a good allocation of gold, and still pretty even. Only a 1k gold lead, 1k experience lead for T1.
Over towards this mid-tier 1 tower. So what you can do to defend this. Fortification popped, and DDT is going to be backed up by Yamateh.
Doom's going to be back up in 8 seconds on Yokam, that is. So for the side of T1, they have their own Doom available to catch. So they're going to throw in... Okay, they were spooked. Yeah,
good ult there from Yamateh. It's going to tell them exactly what's up. So sitting right back now, making sure not to get caught by this smoke rotation.
Doom still about 20 seconds, I believe, that Jokem still has it. He really wants to find an opportunity with it. They can just delete a hero from the fight before it does start. Yamateh very low on mana here if they do find something, so he won't have the best pool. And yeah, that Doom's gonna run out.
Yeah. Doom a creep. Oh.
Don't Doom a creep.
Why not?
If you steal it afterwards, it's going to be on cooldown. Never use your spell like that.
I'm not going to get this again. Doom a creep.
I've seen people like Ravage or Black Hole the floor and then steal Black Hole or Ravage afterwards. And then have it on cooldown. Yeah.
Oh no. Is under attack. Radiant's middle
tower denied. DDZ. All kind of staying near each other. They're getting the map pressured onto their side pretty heavily right now from this Veno plus Terrorblade illusions. Not able to push the lanes up as effectively, but Lance is finding that space up top for that BKB he does need.
There we go. Gonna try and smoke up with the original Doom here, Candy Luke. See what sort of a catch you can get in. Your dream is down here, but into the trees he heads, and
Radiant are scanning.
As soon as they find him, I know that he's likely to be around here, but yeah, not quite stretching as deep as required.
Oh, they see the courier.
Fine.
They just saw the courier flying to buy the Yules, and now it's flying down toward In Your Dream, so maybe they're trying to make a play away from that area now because they know the Veno's there, but he's got a TP available to join his team. If they do make it too aggressive of a move, and they'll back away. They want to finish Lance's BKB. He just wasted a lot of time looking for a gank. And during that time, I think Miracle pretty much has finished his BKB.
Yeah, he's picking up the farm very quick. Sort of what was it, 18 minutes he had the Manta done, so 4 minutes have passed, the next time's in. BKB's there. And just at the time where Yamateh does get that Aghanim, so now suddenly It's going to be hard to sort of find that opportunity to use that extra bit of burst onto Miracle unless they do get him in the Chronosphere.
Yeah, and they have ways now actually to catch in the backlines too. Not only 4F, who has that blink dagger as we mentioned before, but they have the pipe, and they have Jokam with the blink. So Yamateh's positioning going to be a little bit harder for himself probably in the next fight, if they're probably going to go straight for him in the backlines because he's all that damage. Smoked around that bottom side. Gonna push out mid, while In Your Dream pushes bottom into the tower. And okay, they're going to go for a Roche here, a sneaky one here by New.
They're getting away with it. Doing it pretty fast with the bashes of Lance. And then, yeah, this is going to be a free roach for New Esports. Very smart heads-up move. Thunder God's Wrath confirms nothing to be scared of. As T1 are all on the bottom side of the map. That's a free Aegis for Lance. And also the money for he himself to also finish off for BKB. So, a very nice move there from New.
A lot more freedom for him with the BKB. There's no BKB piercing disable unless Rubik steals Chrono.
They're going to try to fight bottom. Candy, he got the BKB. Foreign trying to jump in the tombstone onto Miracle, but Miracle already got the Metamorphosis off. So they're trying to cut it off for now. As you said, he's going in onto the side. He's doing down onto Lance. An excellent move from Yokam, dragging it back into the Poison Nova. Lance is in so much trouble right now. He's trying to turn to get the bash onto 4F. Lance getting low. They kill him off for once. That's the Aegis gone. See if they can do it a second time, though. New. They're going to turn over towards Pollison. Pollison trying to hold them back with a clumsy net, but Pollison, he's in a bit of a spot of bother here. Push to the side, they'll burst him out. The Aegis helping them turn the tide there. New Esports will hold their ground, take the fight.
Invisibility.
Yeah, if they didn't go for that Roche play, didn't get that Aegis, they wouldn't have stood a chance there with the way that Yokam was able to catch them out with that stolen Doom, but Lance was ready to come back with that second life, and with that, they hold the fort down bottom and win the fight.
Such a good place for them to fight as well. The way that they can rally around that area. They have so many different ways that they can backline. Like the ZEUS, Yamateh gets every single one of his spells, his whole mana pull off. Now bottom, he also has found Jokam with that Nivus, but Miracle's here also versus Candy.
Oh, Candy. He is going to get the kill, and with the BKB, he's going to start running. And Miracle's scared. Miracle goes for his own BKB TP out. He's worried.
Okay, huge moments there for New.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're going to be able to take the lead now. 1K up. I mean, as we said, at the start, it did have the likelihood to turn into a game where Miracle, it's all on him for T1, and you're sort of seeing that in the split in net worth amongst the players here. There's Miracle's at the top. Right behind him, it's 4 members of New Esports.
Yeah, and I think they know that their entire idea of the game is just throw everything onto Miracle. They have no way to save this Terrorblade.
On top,
DDZ already making the aggressive
I mean,
move.
they know that they need BKB TP'd out. He's a little scared of, obviously, the Suns are turning red, but the burst, Yamateh does it perfectly. The second proc there from the Nimbus and the Thunder God's Wrath. An excellent setup from DDZ results in a dead Miracle.
T1.
Yeah, they've got to cool it down a little bit, T1, as New Esports. They're sort of getting in their heads. They're coming in with the fast plays. Miracle pushing out top after BKB TPing out from bottom. Not prepared for that sort of jump, and underestimating the burst there coming out from the ZEUS.
I mean, Yamateh's really having the dream game. As I say that, though, mid lane.
Then we'll catch
See you later, Yamateh.
Up top. Could be another one here for New as Pollison. He's been found by Lance and DDZ. Another kill for the Void.
Radiant's courier has been
Oh, does lose his courier to the tower, though. That is going to be a Hyperstone out to get him. Now his TP's going to get cancelled by Yokam. Oh, no. It's a bit of a nightmare here for Lance. He's got the BKB still, so he should still be able to run. But Mozza's being chased down. The Metamorphosis damage enough to kill him off. Lance is going to try his best to get out of there. 4M staying on top of them. The BKB comes to an end. They get the Who Stomp. Do they have any follow-up? No telekinesis quite yet, but he's got the blink and the Time Walk. Can close the gap. Comes in with the blink. Time Walk lifts him up. There's the other Time Walk from Lance. Lance also has a Chrono if he's able to, if he needs to use it defensively. Candy's in trouble. Lance tries to turn and slow them with time dilation. With a BKB from Candy, and he'll be okay. DDZ's around, but they cannot protect this tier 1 tower. So T1 able to push back into New Esports, take that top tower.
Oh, definitely take that, Miracle. Titan Sliver. Just walked right by it. Yeah, switch that one in there. Nice pickup, a little bit of extra big amount of magic resist actually versus ZEUS. That's probably the best item he could have found there. And yeah, they do end up pushing them away pretty nicely off of there. It was, of course, a meta forced for them to push back New Esports, and New will have everything available. I think New should probably just smoke and look for a fight here. They're gonna have to push out their lanes a bit, top and mid, but they are very ready to fight with everything available. It's just Miracle. They have to find ways to protect. I think you have to buy your Lotuses, your Lincolns, start preparing yourself to just throw everything onto Miracle and hope to God that he can carry you, because it seems like it's going to start getting pretty hard for the side of T1 to guard this Terrorblade versus all of these items and forces that New is going to acquire.
A very easy catch onto Pollison. Very hard for Heroes to go out alone on T1. Lots of catch and kill this time from New Esports lineup.
It was possible!
And Yamateh is having such a good game. 9-3-10, halfway to Hex after the Blink Eggs. Level 19. He's a level over his carry ZEUS. Or over his carry Void, sorry. Having a really good game.
They'll really want to get this tier 2 because they have lost their own outpost for the moment being, so
yeah,
wanting to have a chance of at least taking the tier 2, taking the outpost from T1's half of the map in the next minute.
Be with you.
they're so strong on New. I feel like they have a lot of different moves that they can make on the map. They have all their ultis available pretty much except for ZEUS. I mean, DDZ is incredibly tanky to frontline all the time too. And Lance, don't think Lance has too much to worry about getting just chain comboed and brought down. It's still very tough for them to really kill him. So I feel like New is in a really comfortable position right now, going into these next few moments. Well, T1, I feel like I'd be pretty stressed if I was in T1's position. Miracle, they just need to try to find ways to protect him. But New is running at them now.
See if DDZ can find the arena to start things off. But Lance, he's now got the courier back alive, so he will be able to get his completed Mjolnir out for the next fight.
Tower is under attack.
And there goes the outpost. So 30 minutes, they're going to get it in time. Double outpost for the Radiant, preventing T1 from getting that bonus XP.
As foretold.
The MK be done on Miracle, so as long as they can keep Miracle alive, he's got a lot of damage to kick out, but it's a big if. If he gets caught by this Chronosphere, by a Doom before he gets his BKB off, there's so much damage come from the side of New Esports again. Nice read from Yamateh, senses it's quiet, pops his ult. They know exactly where they're coming from, so they can prepare for this, and T1 unlikely to do anything by surprise. I say that though,
DDZ?
they still get the jump on DDZ. DDZ needs
Chrono
help.
3?
It's going to come in. The Chrono is out onto the three of them. The swap as well, getting DDZ back out of the Chrono so he can lay down the arena, follow it up with the spear. They managed to find the Doom down onto Miracle as well. Perfectly done here by New Esports. The DDZ bait could not have been any better there. DDZ will tell you that was intentional. They knew the smoke was coming. DDZ gets caught. The setups there as they group around that Mars for Lance to lay down a perfect Chrono. Excellent move as well from the Venge, of course, just taking DDZ out, allowing him to set up for the follow-up after that Chronosphere. You know, it all went perfectly. It really did.
Yeah. That's literally what I was going to say. Picture perfect for New Esports. Yeah. You have your tank in the front line getting caught, and he's not just a tank, he's unbelievably tanky versus what T1 has. And then, yeah, you get the Doom on Miracle. Their like execution that they have to do inside the draft is so much easier. T1 needs all the stars to align for them to have that fight work well, because Miracle just doesn't have that good matchup. He is countered in the draft pretty heavily, and then he just gets doomed. So that 18,000 net worth is zero, pretty much. And the rest of the teammates quite underfarmed. Yeah, fights, I mean, that's how you kind of imagine all the fights should look for New Esports now going into the further of the game. Every time they have their ults, they can easily just jump onto, and there's no way T1 can protect anybody.
It's just so hard for T1 with the way they're trying to play. It's Chronosphere and Doom. I guess these ults, they really do counter any sort of 4 protect 1 strap. Especially just having the 2 of them, the Chrono into the Doom, it just gives you so much space to make sure that you are able to find that single target in the fights pretty easily.
Yeah, And how the hell are you ever going to find Yamateh when he's 11-3-13, having pretty much the best game? He's the third net worth, by the way, second net worth on his team in the game as a 4 position, and he has a telescope too. So he just sits all the way to the back lines.
And yeah, you said, you're like, why are they nerfing this hero? I mean, it's because there's people like Yamateh out there, Fogged, you know.
Yep.
He's having games like this, you know, the Frog's watching and being like, my goodness, we're going to nerf ZEUS even more. Yamateh is crushing it, despite as I said, the recent patch definitely hitting the hero.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good ZEUS pick into the Terrorblade, like we mentioned, and it works well with the ZEUS, and, I mean, he's played it phenomenal. He's got a Hex, Blink, Hex, Ags, Aether Lens, 4 position.
Top tower is under attack.
And a telescope to sit in the back lines.
Candy's in. He's looking for the Doom opportunities, but Miracle's able to play around it with the Mountain. Miracle pots the BKB. He's also got the Meta. He's going to commit it. They want to try and stand their ground and take this fight. They take down the Doom. No chance for Candy to throw out his old Lance. Jumps over. He's going to get the Chrono in. He's looking for the damage on the Miracle. If they got enough to bring down Miracle in the Chrono, they have. The Thunderbolts wraps him down and it comes crashing down. Miracle will fall. A spear flies through for him, takes him out. In Your Dreams trying to run away. DDZ's going to continue to stay on top of them. Yamateh, Lance, and Mosden finish off Polisson in the river. There's Venom trying to kite up DDZ the best that he can. Is being able to slow him down with all these plague wards, and in fact Mosden does end up going down there to the burn of Polissy's Ignite. In Your Dreams still continue to kite DDZ up. DDZ's actually taking quite a bit of damage, but there's Yamateh coming in with the Blink Hex. Takes out In Your Dream as well. As 13k lead now for New Esports. These team fights are just looking impossible for T1 to play in right at this stage. It really looks like it's got to be New Esports running away with this game too.
Yeah, Yamateh gets, I mean, I can show fight recap. It doesn't show everything. Yamateh gets like 20 spells off or something during the fight, just sitting in the back lines. And they're so tanky that they just get there. They're able to get all those spells off, and that's without Doom. The Doom jumped in. It doesn't even get the Doom off, but they have more than enough to take those fights.
Yeah, just great sort of response from New Esports this game. I mean, I think the Terrorblade was the third pick in the draft from T1, and they came prepared. I think as you do need to do so if you're going to be playing in a series against a player like Miracle. You've got to have something up your sleeve for that game where they'll try and slip out a TB strat, and New Esports, they are crushing it so far.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm really liking Doom. I think he was already in a really good spot. I think the patch made him maybe even a little bit stronger. These teams, they really like it. He's able to just get so much farm, and yeah, I mean, the ZEUS, it's just such a good game for it versus that TB. And I really like the decision making that New's done. I think them getting that Roche earlier was pretty huge, the way they snuffed that one in. They're definitely on fire with this draft this time around.
A fitting bounty.
Me times 3.
Seems like these, I mean, this is a very small sample size of just 2 games, but these, I don't know, like the Veno and the Nature's Prophet for me in the mid lane have not felt very impactful whatsoever. Feels like you need like a hero that can actually do stuff on the map to be able to enable your cores, but 0-7 this time on In Your Dream. Last game it was what, like 1 and 2 and 6 or something on DDZ?
2-6-6, DDZ ended, yeah.
Yeah, these two heroes, you know, both of them, the Venom and the NP, not able to really rotate. They're mostly just about like crushing your lane and snowballing, but that was not the case this game.
Dire's top tower.
So T1, they're trying to get this Satanic done for Miracle, so he's got an extra bit of HP. You know, that last time it did come close. I think his BKB was still on cooldown, but we did see that, you know, with that little bit of extra tankiness, if he can get a Satanic done, he'll at least have a chance of living through the Chronosphere and being able to fight back after it comes to an end. But he needs time, and you know, New aren't really giving that to them as you're ready. New Esports starting to reach up towards the high ground on the top lane. They've got all the ults ready to go. Apart from Thundergod's Wrath, but very much not needed. The Chrono and Doom is enough to take out whoever they wish.
Yeah, I think the big thing is they know they don't have to care about anybody but Miracle. Like, Veno ult, who cares? Rubik, who cares? Ogre, Centaur, who cares? Terrorblade, Doom him, Chrono him, throw absolutely everything onto him, and you've done your job. Level 24 on Yamateh.
Tower. Lance, they're trying to burst him down the ones. They are not not going to be able to do so. He's able to time walk to the side. Did get the vessel on him. Maybe that will be enough to kill him off, actually, with the damage over time. Another time walk. And no, he's going to be okay. Also able to Satanic up, back up to full HP. They don't even get him the once. Wow, this is fine.
Old Veno would have probably killed him, but now new Veno does not prevent healing. So that poison sting doesn't really do a whole lot to avoid at this point in the game.
He has got the Aghanims complete now on Veno, though, so significant step up in the damage ready to be offered.
And it's a 60-second cooldown, so he can non-stop be able to spam it. All right, I mean, if the thing is that I don't feel like they actually benefit from a long-duration team fight. They need a fight that they can win pretty quickly by taking out 1 or 2 targets. A long team fight just means Yamateh gets way more spells off in the back.
And this is such a good time to go. There's 500 gold away for the Satanic on Miracle. Inuyashi's going to pop the ult. It's only going to hit onto DDZ and Mozen. See if they can find Miracle. They're stepping over. They're looking for him. And as I say, he's still 400 gold short of the Satanic. Will get the BKB off. But the Doom is there. Swap to the side. With that Stampede, they will be able to save the TB. Holson goes out, but they keep Miracle alive. Only just. The Doom itself actually nearly killing him off there. It was a couple of ticks away from doing so. But Miracle will survive and does now have the money to get the Satanic. He's obviously just going to have to make that awkward trip of finding the way to the secret shop with his courier without it getting spotted by you. And short Doom was used, but Lancy's still got the Chrono. Chrono was not dropped in that last fight, so new Esports, they are going to be straight back into the base. Candy actually jumps in on a Miracle. Miracle getting speared back towards the tier 4. And he is now sending his courier out. So Satanic is going to be on the way. No better for 100 seconds though, so very hard for them to push new off this top lane of Rax. As Lance will claim the melee, the range racks as well, they'll take it. There's still a tier 2 down bottom, so at least some layer of protection between T1 and getting threatened for that final set of racks. They've got about one more team fight in them, T1. If they lose the next team fight, it really is going to be all over. They've got one more shot at trying to hold on to this game, otherwise it's absolutely just going to be in the bag for new Esports.
Yeah, In Your Dream got his Poison Nova off last fight, and it did absolutely nothing. And that was an Axe Poison Nova, by the way. So we'll see if next time it can do something, but I don't think it really will. Feels extremely underwhelming.
I mean, T1's coming out, but they don't have meta. They don't have meta for 50 seconds to stall the swap there. Yokam is able to save Miracle. They just need to get the rest of them out of there. But already they've lost 3. Miracle, can he find his way back home? He has a TP. There's buybacks coming out. They've got to use the Miracle himself. He does not have buyback. Not even going to put the BKB. Try and stay alive for the life. Still, he's doing it. He's going to be able to live. They kill off the bases for it the once. Can they do anything again here, Miracle? Still 30 seconds without the meta. Stampede's up. The turn over to DDZ. DDZ getting taken down low by the poison. He's trying to run. Stun out to Lance. The Gale as well, hitting him, slowing him in place. DDZ will fall slowly but surely. The Mars is down, but it's a die back on forever. The turn, the Hex, the Doom. Miracle's out of the game, and he has not got money for buyback. He is gone, and with that, this should be the GG coming pretty soon. 4 heroes dead, no buybacks. As it was just too much for Miracle to play into alone. This game was a match where new Esports, they just crushed the whole idea of the T1's draft, and they looked incredible in some of these team fights. Some excellent team fight execution from new Esports this game.
Yep, new Esports, I think they addressed multiple